Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green, welcome back to Legend of Zelda The Minish Cap. Last episode was the exposition one. The plot of the game was set up, we learned about the Picori, Vati turned Zelda to stone, and we are heading out on our quest to save her. Destination, Minish Woods. Now, we're going to stick to the path for the time being. We can't really explore that much. First enemy, Octorok. A single sword strike will defeat them. We can't get over here because that requires bombs. There are several other areas we won't be able to navigate to. Those, I believe, are just regular crows. There are red coloured versions which are Takuri. So we got 1 rupee. Takuri are essentially named after the really weird looking bird from Majora's Mask that would steal stuff for the guy at the curiosity shop. So we won't be able to progress very far because we have bombs. Don't have bombs, I mean. Now, if you see an entryway like that, a Kinstone Fusion can get rid of that. So there's a recovery heart, and we can also clear this open for later, revealing a little crack in the ground we can get into under certain circumstances. However, we'll need to make our way back down towards the Hyrule Castle entry, where we won't be able to get in. Let's talk to Muto.
The name's Muto. I'm head carpenter around these parts. The King of Hyrule himself has entrusted me with this project. See, the recent earthquake tore this place up pretty bad. Listen, kid, you shouldn't be playing anywhere near the construction zone.
His carpenters will be helping out. Pretty much a tradition from Ocarina of Time onwards.
We've taken care of most of the monsters out here. Be careful around Minish Woods though. The woods are thick with them.
So we can head up here, and we can cut the grass with our sword, and we'll notice a tree that has a different hue to the rest of them. This will of course come into play later on. So make sure to cut the grass and you can find things like kinstone pieces. But we don't need to worry about that because we don't have the kinstone bag, and we won't get it until after the first dungeon. So while we can explore North Hyrule Field a little bit, it's mostly a connecting area and there's not much to do. If we go through here, we'll make it into Lon Lon Ranch. Pop into these holes and pop out. Now you can push rocks into them. Also keep an eye on these enemies, Acro Bandits. They'll pop out in stacks of 5. They usually won't drop items from all 5, but they're fairly obvious to see, fairly large hitboxes though. As we can see, we need bombs to get through here, and our soldiers are just sort of there. We won't be able to get into the actual ranch area just yet. Once again, we are fairly limited in where we can go. So this door is locked. Keep an eye on these stumps. We can jump on top of them, stand around, and jump off. There is a significant purpose to them. But of course we won't find out about that just yet. Anyway, those little tornadoes will also be significant, but pretty much all our paths are cut off. We do have to stick to the main route. There's a little farm area over here in Eastern Hills. We will also see little doors like this around the place. Keep an eye out for them because with a later item we'll be able to explore them. So we'll mostly deal with basic enemies like Octoroks. With very little to do in the way of travelling, note that if you defeat the Lookout Acrobandit, the whole lot will go down. We have no real deviation from the path. Instead, we head into Minish Woods and listen to the music. Okay, so after chilling out to the music, a couple of notes. Here's another place we can open with the Kinstone fusion. Let's quickly roll back to the start where we saw that heart piece across the lake. Link can't swim. Quick demonstration, basically. We need the flippers to be able to swim, like in pretty much every other Zelda game. I suppose the kingdom is landlocked, but it's still a bit of a surprise that they don't teach people to swim. Oh yes, over there, that building just to the south of me is the Deepwood Shrine. We'll get around to that somewhat literally. So, cut away at these bushes if you want to grab pickups. And we'll also see choo-choos around the place. So we still can't swim over there, we'll just have to proceed on our merry way. Avoid the enemies if you need to. Choo-choos aren't particularly dangerous. If we cut these down, we'll be able to find another of those odd stumps. We can't go this way, because we can't climb on top of that log and we can't fit under it. So if we head up here, there's another choo-choo. Another one, and once we cross this threshold... Help! Help me! Ouch! Won't somebody stop them? Oh! Ow! Ow! Help! Somebody! Can't anybody hear me? Well, before we help him, let's run over and get a piece of heart, the first one in the game. There are certain priorities in a Zelda game. So let's quickly dash back over this way, and we can run across those Octoroks we saw beating up on our mysterious hat. Or it sort of looks like a duck anyway. Hey, kid, you there! Ow! Hey, don't just stand there, do something! Ow! What's wrong with you? Do you like watching me take this abuse? Help me! And there we go. Phew, well done. That was close. Not that I couldn't handle them myself, but that's beside the point. What in the world is a lone child doing so deep in the woods? Oh, I see. The Picori, you say, and Vati? Vati's cursed someone? What? The Sacred Blade? Is that so? I see, I see. You know, you and I have quite a lot in common. You see, I too am on a quest to break a curse of Vati's. And you say that reforging the Sacred Blade can break his curse, eh? Well then, you have found yourself a companion, my boy. My name is Eslo. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. So off we go with our newfound... Wait, I say! You walk so quickly. Too quickly, in fact. Can't you go any slower? Surely you've noticed that I have no legs. But, let's... Boy, take a good look at me. Do you really think I can walk that fast? We have no option but to keep going. Ah! If it isn't one thing, it's another. You are a troublesome boy. There. Now you can't possibly leave me behind. My, it's quite comfortable up here. More comfortable than it looks, surely. And much easier on me. Hey, quit your squirming, can't you sit still? See? There. Yes, that's it. Much better. Now, I suppose a boy like you still has much to learn about the world. If ever you need my insight, press select. I'll be happy to help. Ah, such a hopeless child. So we have a distinct green cap, and we can bother Eslo for advice as well. If you press select almost immediately... What? I haven't even had time to settle in and you're bothering me? Deepwood Shrine lies, obviously enough, deep in the heart of these woods. So says my superior intuitive sense. Now get a move on. So, of course, we can head off and get down here... Hold on for a moment, my boy! We've stumbled across something important! The world of the Minish is very small. You're far too big to meet them now. Who are the Minish? Oh, yes, silly me, allow me to explain. You humans call them Picori, but they refer to themselves as the Minish. Strange how in the world of humans only this forest has kept that name. Anyhow, deep in the forest they built a tiny village where many now live. But if we're to enter the village, we'll have to make you a touch smaller first. Look at that. At first glance, it appears to be a mere stump, yes? No! That stump is a portal, used by people long ago to adjust their size. With my help, you can use it to shrink down to Minish size. Just stand on the stump and press R to shrink. To return to normal, stand next to the stump and press R. Get me up there, and we'll give it a try. So if we jump up, we get to see Link looking like he's about to go Super Saiyan. And away we go. Eslo starts chanting some sort of magic. We shrink down. You can skip this cutscene after the first time. Welcome to the world through the eyes of the Minish. Now, aren't you glad you saved me? No need to thank me though. Portals that reduce your size are all around in different shapes and sizes. If you want to return to normal, stand next to a portal and press R. But there is one thing you must know, being Minish-sized is full of dangers. Mere puddles at your normal size are bottomless swamps to the Minish. And as your companion, if anything bad happens to you, it happens to me too. So proceed with caution, my lad. If not for your sake, then for my own. So we get a nice little thumb-sized Link. And he'll also wind up doing little rolling animations when you perform a roll while small. We can head through here because we have to get over onto these leaf platforms. I always wind up getting sucked into that. There we go. And off we get. These Minish roads will pop up from time to time in various locations. You'll often find treasure or certain Minish-sized enemies in them. But as we get through... Welcome to the Minish village. It appears we have found the Minish village. Pika Pikari! Ripico Picori! Picoco Pico Ripico! I gather it's been quite some time since I last saw a human. What's that? You didn't understand what they were saying just now? Oh, yes. That was the language of the Minish. It's a little different from the dialect I am most familiar with. I'm afraid I didn't catch most of what they said myself. But perhaps there is someone here who understands your language. We should look around. Now, there are many houses you want to go to, but we need to head up to the north. If you want, you can cut these open and sometimes things will fall out. So this is where we need to go, into this building over here. But if you want to take a diversion over here, because there is our second heart piece. Not too shabby. So let's head on in and talk to the individual in here. This is essentially the abbey for the Minish village. I've never seen another outfit like that before. Are you a human? Oh my! It's been quite some time since any humans came here. My name is Festari. I watch the abbey as well as the shrine to the north. You seem to be having some trouble with our language, don't you? You could use a Jabbernet. It will allow you to understand our tongue. You should be able to find one in the barrel house just south of here. So, if we head out... Let's go around this way. There's that barrel house. come in through here or by the front door. Push that aside. Oh, Tom! This must be the Jabbernut Festari told you about. Well, you'd better eat it if you plan on making any progress at all. And there we are, we just randomly eat it, and we are good to go. So, let's speak to this individual. So you've eaten the Jabbernut, and now you can understand us. The Elder said that humans can no longer see us as they once could. It's amazing that you can see us. It is very sad that as technology and society seems to progress, we do lose a lot of our innocence and sense of fun. So let's get a little information on the village. Our ancestors, the ancient Minish, used the portal between our worlds. It brought them into the human world, and they settled in this forest. It is kind of an interesting allegory for growing up and the way that can affect people, everything that happens there. Like, sometimes I do feel we lose a lot as we seek to develop. We wind up missing out on so much. There are so many monsters around these woods lately. The Elder said that even the shrine to the north is filled with monsters now. So we can head up there, we can talk to another individual here. You'll notice that the houses are often made out of human materials like barrels and jugs. If you want to reforge that sword, you will need the help of an expert smith. Master Malari and his 7 apprentices can help you. They live in the mountains, where they can find all the ore they need. I'm sure the Elder would tell you about him if you asked. Yeah, it's kind of strange. There are so many things that we don't do, so many things, so many ways the world has changed. Not always for the better, if I'm going to be honest. Hey, nice clothes. I want to wear human clothes too. Like, there are so many things that we can't do. There's so much distrust, so much... In many cases, we're so quick to disbelieve a lot of things that really should be true, yet we'll happily believe some of the most outlandish stories. And I wonder why. There are so many things that are harmless, completely harmless, that we choose not to believe in. And simple things like, say, telling kids about Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, things like that. Of course, tell them the truth as things go along, but it can be nice to maintain the narrative just for a bit of fun. And then there are some things that people will swallow without question. Even though they're incredibly dangerous and damaging to the state of the world, it's detrimental, really. I do think we need to recover a lot of that, I think, that innocence, that sense of fun. And maybe there's a bit of that as a message in this game. Do you know about kinstone pieces? They're all the rage among humans now. We'll find out about those in due time. I think we've spoken to everyone we can in this little village. Apart from the 2 individuals there, we'll speak to them once we get back from the Elder's place.
Oh, you speak our language. It's been quite a while since we've heard outsiders speak our tongue. We have little to offer you in these woods, but please enjoy your stay.
Thank you for your offer, but we have no time to relax. My name is Eslo. This child is Tom. We need to break a curse that has been cast on the Princess of Hyrule. To do so, we'll need to reforge the broken Picori blade.
Ah, yes. And you've come here now to have the blade reforged? If you want the blade reforged, you will need the 4 elements. These are the crystalline forms of the energies that fill our world. Only by infusing the blade with these energies can a new blade be forged. Here, give me your map. I can mark where these elements can be found. The earth element can be found in the shrine to the north of Festari's Abbey. Speak with Festari. He will show you the path to the shrine's entrance. Go with caution. Evil creatures have lately made their home in our shrine. Return to me at once after you have found the earth element.
So, we have our quest and we are ready to go. We know what to do, we're as well equipped as we can be, and we'll be on our way soon. We Minish live in Hyrule Town and other places too, not just in these woods. You probably haven't noticed, but lots of Minish live right in Hyrule Town. I'm getting set to leave for town and visit some of my Minish friends there. It is also said that the Minish are the ones who place rupees and hearts and things like that under rocks and bits of grass to make humans happy. Now, I admit this is something that didn't necessarily need an explanation, but it's a beautiful one nonetheless. You wish to go to the shrine? Very well. This way. Vile beasts have settled in recently. Be careful. It is quite dangerous. So, with a quick path up here past where we got our first heart piece, here is the entrance to the Deepwood Shrine. This will be our first dungeon, but we will kick that off in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Until next time, this is Red 2 returning to base.